Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. What a great day it is. What a glorious day it is. It is the opening day of Major League Baseball. It's Sweet 16 time. Is there a better day? Is there a better day? Welcome into the program. This is the Tom Barfield Show. We are presented by Tow King, 24-hour roadside assistance from Gary Hoffman's team. Hope you never have to use it, but if you do, it's there for you. Their phone number is 254-666-5484. That's 254-666-5484. High caliber equipment with terrific staff. They're there to take care of you if and when you need towing services. 254-666-5484. Welcome into the program, Lark Smith. Lark, good morning. How are you? What a great day it is today.
It is a wonderful day. As you say, it should be a national holiday because it's the start of Major League Baseball. A lot of afternoon games to be able to watch. The Rangers play at 3:15 up in Philadelphia. The Astros are at home. Their first pitch is at 3:10. So Texas baseball fans have some baseball to watch this afternoon.
The city of Houston is going to be rocking because the Sweet 16 goes on as well.
Absolutely.
So you got the Cougars playing at home, basically at home. They're going to be in the Toyota Center. That's not their campus by any stretch of the imagination, but still, they're in their backyard. So, there's a lot of stuff going on. And then we're going to be down there this weekend for Baylor baseball against the Houston Cougars. And man, I'm telling you that the city of Houston is going to be, and they just finished up the rodeo, right? And so, or is it over?
Don't get me to line
okay.
them.
But anyway, so there's a lot of stuff going on in the city of Houston. Let's just put it that way. So pretty good stuff with the basketball and, of course, with baseball and just all kinds of fun stuff. Tell you what we're going to do this morning. We're going to welcome into the program Thomas Wensil. Thomas is with Waco Body Men in downtown. First of all, Thomas, good morning. We appreciate your time.
Good morning, Tom. Thanks for having me on this morning.
Hey, first of all, why downtown? Why are you on Mary Street?
We've noticed downtown's just kind of starting to boom. We're close to Baylor. We're close to kind of downtown businesses. And we just kind of wanted to create a place where people can come, one, just recover. We're geared towards just pushing inflammation out of the system. I like to tell people, I want to pick up basketball now and not have my kids suffer from it. And so everything we have here at Waco Bodymen is geared towards just being your one-stop shop for recovery and longevity and just a home base for being downtown, whether you're, going down Riverside, down to Cameron Park on a run, or just around for Baylor games, or you just want to jump downtown after work or during work and get you a protocol session in.
Okay, so let's walk through that aspect of it. You are not a gym. You are for recovery, correct? So kind of go through the whole process of why I need to be a part of Waco Body Men.
It's there's an educational side to Waco Body Men. We do consider ourselves a gym, just more on the recovery and longevity side. So we're not slinging around heavy weights. We don't have the huge weight racks. We do, after some feedback, we did bring in some adjustable dumbbells that go from 5 to 80 pounds. We have the medicine balls and the kettlebells. But man, what we've found is when we can push the inflammation out of the system and you just live better, you feel better, you can move better, you go about your day better. And so we have just tons of ways. I tell people it's kind of like a science experiment, right? Science experiment, you get to play with your own body. A lot of people's bodies, we're all different, right? And so we respond differently. Everything's beneficial, but you can kind of dial in how your body responds to certain protocols, and we can talk about those. But everybody's different, and so you just play around with it, and you find, hey, this is what gets me feeling my best.
So, why do you need to have a workout and then come by, or can I just? Is it if maybe after work? Can I just? What? I think I want to run over to Waco Body Men. When do I come, and why do I come?
Yeah, so we our hours are 4:45 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 to 7 on the weekends. Wow. It's actually a really cool model. So your phone actually serves as the key to the building, and so we have some unstaffed hours. We have a staff member here from usually around 10 to 5. And we'll be able to assist you during those hours. But you can also, once we get you set up, your app serves as a key. So every door has a lock on it that you walk up to, you punch, and it'll let you into the areas that you need to get into completely safe. it's a cool little model. I would say, why would you want to come? I think a lot of us neglect kind of the recovery side, and so we do have, a dry sauna. We have the hottest sauna in town. I haven't heard anybody tell me theirs gets hotter. It's actually my favorite piece, but our hydrotherapy room kind of gears towards the sauna. The polar shower drops down to 39 degrees, not a constant, but it has a pressure cycle, a mist, and then we have a hot tub, stays at 104. So it's just relaxing. We have the locker rooms, the red light therapy, the PMF. And so I would say this is like, we have anything from high performance athletes to your everyday desk worker to retirees that are just looking for how to get over the hump of feeling their best, whether it be lower back pain, arthritis, or just from sitting all day. Super crucial, I think, for everybody.
Hey, do this, Thomas. I know you've hit on some of this stuff, but kind of walk us from the front door to the back door to out to the mountain. Kind of just walk us through the building, and because that's how we took the tour. I took the tour a couple of weeks ago, and it's like, wow, really, wow. I mean, so kind of walk us through the facility from the front to the back.
Yeah, and I'd say this, if you want to see the place in person, we'd love to give you a tour, no pressure. That's kind of what we do throughout the day. But you'll enter under a big marquee theater sign. It's really cool. It says Waco Bodyman. You'll enter through the lobby. We have Oh My Juice, the separate business in the lobby. They make awesome smoothies, bowls, that type of stuff. You'll enter through another glass door, and you'll enter into what's I like to call the playground room. And it's it's set up for a bunch of different things. So we have our power plate vibration plates, which vibration therapy is awesome. And power plate's done a lot of cool things, even from a neurological standpoint of how vibration, how your brain kind of deals with the stress of vibration. But also you can do a full body workout on that thing in half the time. And there's 2 of those. We have our compression boots with recliners and TVs. We have a massage chair, and I'm telling you, it's better than the mall versions. All our members are like, you guys need to get like 3 of these things and just set them up. Everybody's constantly poking in to see if the massage chair is available. And then we have our oxygen therapy. So we do, if you ever heard of a hyperbolic chamber, we have a similar thing called EWAT, but we use our heart rate to push the oxygen through our system. And so you can either walk on the treadmill or ride the bike, or even if you want to deal with mental fog, you can read a book while you're on it. And what it's doing is we put a mask on you. You feel like Maverick from Top Gun. We feed you 93% medical grade oxygen. So right now we're breathing in about 21%. And that just floods your system full of oxygen. So it opens your veins up, pushes oxygen through your system. They've kind of found the oxygen is the missing ingredient of a lot of things, from disease prevention to getting the lactic acid out of your system, that type of stuff. We also have, like I said, our weights, our crossover bands, our mobility sticks. We have a full body composition scale. So a lot of people use a scale just to see their weight, and the weight can only tell us half the picture. This gives us a full picture of what's going on in your body. So if you're hitting any kind of training regimen, you can kind of see everything from your fat percentage to your bone density. It gives you your BMI. So we get that full complete picture. From there, you'll enter into a hallway where our locker rooms are. We have indoor, outdoor lounge. I'm sitting in the outdoor lounge right now. I like to say, it's a good co-working space. We have people kind of to meetings, answer emails, come hang out, watch TV, read a book. And from there, you can get in the locker room. We have towel service. And so you can go from our locker room straight into our hydrotherapy room, which is co-ed. So we ask that you wear kind of bathing suit or wet clothes. That's where our dry sauna, our polar shower, and our hot tub are. And then we have private rooms for PMF, which is grounding. A lot of people are into grounding today. And all that does is it creates this magnetic field, and it increases the circulation. So it sends gentle pulses. You don't really feel them. It honestly feels like a heating pad. It's a great nap. 30-minute session, but what it does is it kind of loosens up those tight spots, and then allows your circulation, allows your blood, oxygen, nutrients to just get pushed into those tough spots. And then we have our red light room. We have a TheraLight 360 plus bed. It's best red light on the market. And so they found therapeutically, it's a number called a radiance, which is just kind of the square coverage of the red light. 20 to 100 is considered therapeutic. We're at 162, which just means we can do shorter sessions, less times a week to get those peak benefits. And Red light's good for everything. Skin, hair. It's FDA approved for weight loss. So what it does is it just triggers your mitochondria. If you think back to high school biology, your ATP start firing, and so you're actually burning energy at rest. It's super relaxing. It's a 15-minute experience. You do it 3 to 4 times a week. It'll improve your metabolism. It's also known to help with deep joint pain, mood, depression. Our ancestors were out in the light all the time, and we've kind of lost a little bit of that sitting in front of computers or just not being outside a lot. And this takes away the harmful sides of the sun. So there's no UV light. It looks like a tanning bed, but nothing like a tanning bed. You're not getting a tan. You're just getting all the healthy benefits. From there, we have a stretch room. So after you exit, you'll enter into a stretch room where we have some yoga mats, some tools. We have a really cool thing called the hip hook, which you can kind of hit your psoas and your iliacus muscle, which from sitting a lot, a lot of people have tight muscles there. So we can walk you through kind of how to use different features. We have our compression boots, massage guns, foam rollers, mobility sticks. And then lastly, we have an Alter-G treadmill. And so you can actually get down to 20% of your body weight. A lot of people use them coming out of surgery, but we found even, we have some Olympians. It's good just to get that high turnover and take the impact off your joints. So you can still get the turnover without having, the negative side of impact. 20% feels like a little too much for me, but 60% is really fun when you drop down to 60% of your body weight and run. And we also have a rebounder. You look super silly jumping on a treadmill, but it'll kick your butt. So that's kind of the tour. If you want to see the place in person, please drop by. 10 to 5, we'll give you a tour. You can get online at wacobodymen.com and sign up for a time slot.
And you mentioned it briefly just a moment ago, but it is for young and old. I know we recently had a big basketball tournament in town, and some of the coaches were bringing their players by to go through the process because they were turning around the next day. It was a quick turnaround, so they were coming in and taking care of their body. And that's pretty cool for a coach to recognize and then bring young kids in. I say young kids, they're teenagers.
Yeah, so we actually had 2 teams come in. They were in town for the TAP state championships. We had one team come in twice. They liked it so much the first time they came back the next day to prepare. It was a really cool experience for us too, just to have all the kids around, and they loved everything from the vibration plates to the Alter-G to all of them loved the cold shower. I mean, the cold shower, dealing with just the inflammation that gets put on your system when you're playing multiple games in a row. We've had some discussions with some teams around town. We love that. I mean, we have the ability to allow a team to come use the facility for an hour or 2, get ready for a game, either pregame or postgame. So it's a cool facility. I think we're hitting a huge target market of people from like you said, young to old.
Hey, Thomas, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Again, talk about the tour, and it's wacobodymen.com, I believe. So people can jump online and maybe connect with you guys and get scheduled for a tour.
Yeah, so I give the tours, and so I'd love to show you around. We'll show you everything. Like I said, no pressure. We also, I'd like to mention, we have day passes. We do a 2-hour pass, so if you don't want to commit to a membership, you can come down for just 2 hours and experience kind of everything we do. So our premium features are the oxygen, the second body scan, the red light, the PMF, and the Alter-G. And so we have credit packs for those for members and non-members. And so if you're just interested in, say, red light, we have an unlimited red light package monthly, or you can buy credits. Our membership includes everything that doesn't have those premium features. And so you can kind of position yourself, whether you want a day pass, a week pass, a month pass, or if you want to just commit and do the 3 months. My sales pitch is it takes 21 days to build a habit. And I think we've all heard that. Nothing here's a miracle fix, but with consistency, like, everything's beneficial. So
awesome. Great place. Been there. Love it. I highly recommend it. And I appreciate your time today, Thomas. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me on.
You bet. That's Thomas Wensil. He's with Waco Bodymen Company. They're on Mary Street in downtown, and it is, again, about 7,000 square feet of unbelievable stuff. You really owe it to yourself to check this out. All right, we're going to take a break right here, and when we come back, we're going to talk with Jones Mitchell from Lake Waco Golf Club. But right now, I want to talk a minute about Double R Old-Fashioned Hamburgers. Double R Old-Fashioned Hamburgers. And Lark, I hate to tell you this, but I was there yesterday.
It's okay. I'll be there today.
Oh, okay. Good for you. 18th and Herring. They're open Monday through Friday from 10 until 4:30, Saturday 10 until 2. Burgers just the way you like it. Daryl's got his secret seasoning. He's not going to tell anybody about it. In fact, I tried yesterday to get Daryl to tell me about that secret seasoning. He wouldn't do it. Just wouldn't do it. Fries, tots, onion rings, curly fries, Texas toothpick, all of the fun stuff, all the good stuff. They also got grilled chicken sandwiches, chicken fried steak sandwiches. They got all that stuff. And remember, they will cater for you. And it's not just burgers. They'll cater anything you like. I mean, they can do spaghetti and meatballs if that's what you want, or chicken fried steak, or whatever the case may be. Perry and David and that team will get you taken care of when it comes to a catering, maybe this spring for a graduation or a wedding or whatever the case may be. So check them out. It's Double R Old-Fashioned Hamburgers, 18th and Herring. And we're right back with more in just a moment.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Is your roof ready for the next Texas storm? Don't wait for a small leak to become a big problem. Call JK Roofing of Waco. Whether you need roof repair, a full replacement, or a professional inspection, JK Roofing has quality workmanship and dependable service you can count on. Locally owned and committed to protecting Central Texas homes and businesses. Call JK Roofing today for your free estimate and get the job done right the first time. Call JK Roofing 254-744-2211. JK Roofing of Waco. Strong roofs, honest work, and peace of mind.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
We continue on this national holiday of Major League Baseball opening day and Sweet 16 going on, and we welcome you back into the program. Tom and Larkin, we're having a great time here today. We're brought to you in part today by JK Roofing. JK Roofing Solutions, they do an unbelievable job, whether it's the traditional shingles or maybe you're thinking about a metal roof. Talk to the folks at JK Roofing. They can assist you there and guide you and consult with you. And you're not sure if you need a new roof? Well, let them come out and tell you. They'll be more than happy to share that information with you. You may have 2 or 3 more years left on your roof. You may need it, in the next couple of weeks. So the folks at JK Roofing will take great care of you. It's jkroofs.com, jkroofs.com, or give them a call at 254-744-2211. That's jkroofs.com. All right, it is time to talk some golf. Let's welcome into the program from Lake Waco Golf Club, Jones Mitchell. Jonesy, good morning. How are you, my friend?
Doing just fine. How about yourself?
Doing good. Appreciate the time as always. We talked putting last week. We're going to get into chipping out of the trap, or I call it chipping, but I mean, it's, as you said the other day, get out of the trap any way you can, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Get out of the trap.
We'll dive into that here in just a couple of minutes. Talk about some of the things coming up. I know there's some big events coming up, so kind of touch base on what we got going on out at the golf course right now.
Yeah, so we still have the Thursday night scramble going on. It's the third week. The last two we have filled up by 2 o'clock. Call the pro shop 254-756-2161. You and one other player can play as long as you guys both aren't A players, and that's 6. We established A players at handicaps lower than 6, and we pair you guys up. And there's usually a dinner thing going on with it tonight, so wings. This Saturday we have a Crawford fundraiser. I think we have a few spots still opening. Also, call the pro shop, and I can get in touch with the host of that tournament. And the 4th of April, we are going to have a grand opening of our pool. That first day, it's open to the public. Y'all can come check it out, and we'll be selling some memberships.
All right, let's dive in and talk about the video that we did the other day. And boy, for amateurs, this may be, I think, maybe the toughest thing to do because, quite frankly, we don't practice, do we, Jones? Especially coming out of the trap.
Oh yeah, everybody fears the trap because they never go practice in the trap.
So, if a guy says, "Hey, I don't want to practice, I just want to play," that's probably not a good approach to this game, is it?
It depends. A little bit of practice does go a long ways, but a lot of times people just have enough time to play, 18 holes or even 9 holes, and so they want to go play instead of practice.
Okay, let's talk about the video. Walk us through, and then we'll jump into the video. What are we going to see today? What are you teaching us today?
3 different shots out of the trap. We do something. I showed Bonnie this the other day. He saw it for the first time. Actually using a putter out of trap when you can. You don't have to use just a sand wedge or lob wedge. Different stances, swing, and techniques with different sands and how your ball lies in the bunker.
All right, Jones. We're gonna watch the video, and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit about it. Okay?
Sounds good.
Jones Mitchell.
People hitting the bunkers, they think they need to go ahead and grab their sand wedge or lob wedge, not looking at the lie, what the sand consistency is, and the edge of the sand. If you look at this edge of the sand on the back right here, you can see that there's a little bit of a ramp right here. Like if you're gonna, as a kid, if you were gonna hit this like a hill to jump your bike, that's what we're gonna try to do with the putter right here. You have to look at the edge of the sand. And right here, I could see it. I could probably ramp it right here. This is one of those shots that if you don't feel very consistent. When I was younger, I did this a lot. You hit it a little bit harder, the ball should pop out and always have some overspin to it. But this is one of those ones you kind of elevate the putter a little bit. Think about hitting the equator, and you can't really control the kicks very good. But you also want to find a spot. I always look for the spot I want to ramp up and not really focus on trying to get on the right line, but trying to find the good ramp. Because that last one right there, I wasn't really paying attention, caught the lip, and it kicked it a little bit right. So when you are putting out of the bunker, the bunkers are wet. We had a little bit dew today. We're not playing rake and plays. Since it's so compact, kind of more clay, you can't really dig into it very well. This could be a shot if you're kind of close to the edge of the bunker. If you're at the very back of a bunker, it's a harder shot to do because it's more sand you got to get out of. So I like to do it about 2.5 big steps from the green side or wherever you're going to get out of the bunker from. I did this shot one time in 2003 at the state championship, putting it out of the bunker backwards to get out of the bunker because I had such a bad lie in the bunker. So I've actually used it putting out of the bunker the wrong way on purpose. It's one of those things, the putting stroke for me is just that I think of it hitting the back of the ball with the back of my left hand, whereas when I'm putting my normal shot, I squeeze it just with my right hand. So I do add a little bit more tension in my hands. In my left hand, some people do it in their right hand. And it's one of those things you definitely, as you saw me earlier, kind of chunk one, you do have to practice not hitting the ground. So when you're practicing putting, you kind of want to keep that ball, that putter low back, low through. You might catch the ground just a little bit going back or going through. This is one of those ones you all really want to focus on not hitting the bunker, the sand at all, trying to hit the equator of the ball. What it does when you hit it really far, as y'all seen, it jumps out and has a lot of overspin. So what that does, the ball will move towards the hole. If my ball is right here, I look at the edge of the bunker, there's not a good chance that's going to get up. Looking at the edge first to see if you can even putt out. And if you get in the bunker, and we have some bunkers out here that it's fluffy. Like when you stand in this, it feels like you're standing on, hard clay, if you will. And you can't really even move your feet. You have to really work on moving your feet to even dig down to get your stance. So a lot of it depends on the type of, how the sand consistency is, and the lip of the bunker are the two things. The first thing I look at, if that lip looks like this, I automatically know I can't putt it. If the lip looks like this, where it looks like I can kind of jump a BMX bike out. How it is like a grade of the slope coming out, that it looks like there's nothing. It's just sand right here, and it goes from sand to grass, and there's not like an overhanging lip, like a cliff face where there's grass coming out, or you see a little bit of space right here. Sometimes you have a little bit of grass in between the bunker. You can see the sod, if you will. That ball is going to hit that and come right back in the bunker. Or what happens to some people, it hits that and gets stuck up there. The rule one, again, is get out of the bunker. Hit one shot and get out of the bunker. All right, and with the bunker shot, Monty's going to hit a couple. And we always drew stuff in the bunker when we're practicing. Of course, in a golf tournament, you can't do that when you're playing UIL, NCAA, stuff like that. But when you're practice, practice makes permanent. And when you're practicing, you want to be very critical of what you're practicing. When you're on the golf course, you're going to be more creative. So this is something that we like to do. We have the ball right here, and I'm going to see if we can draw it kind of deep and a little bit bigger. But we kind of draw, when we're practicing, kind of a rectangle, elongated dollar bill, if you will. And from the golf ball, we draw a line for the club plane. So you have a dollar bill or a large rectangle right here. And from the ball, it goes to the line goes from the top right of the rectangle with the ball in the middle to the bottom left of the rectangle. We set our feet a little bit open, and we try to have that club go to the top right of the rectangle across the ball to the bottom left. This is kind of a splash bunker shot, so we're going to try to take some sand with it. We did set an alignment stick. I've used a range basket. I used this rake before to kind of makeshift a hole. This is the practice area down here at Lake Waco. We're gonna have Monty hit just a little bit. Takes the club a little bit outside the line, and we just found a little bit less sand there. Come a little bit over here. So you look on the bottom of your sand wedge too, and you'll see 56 degree, 54, 58, and you're gonna see a number underneath it. And underneath, let me see that club real quick. And underneath the club, so right now we have a 60 degree, and then you have another number, and it's gonna be 14, 12, 10, looks like this is 6. That's the bounce of the club. The higher the bounce helps you when you're in the rough and in the bunker hitting splash shots. It's just easier to get the ball up with it. The lower the bounce, the tighter the lies. And what Monty's doing is he's trying to hit behind the ball just a little bit and accelerate through the shot. A lot of times what amateurs do, they take the club back and they do not hit any of the bunker. They hit all ball, and that's where the ball is flying. Another thing they also do is they take their club back and they deaccelerate and get stuck in the bunker like that. So in a way, when you're hitting the bunker shot, you want to take a little bit outside your line and keep your hands moving. Keyword, keep your hands accelerating through the ball and take sand. The sand's there for you to hit it. The sand's actually what really throws the ball out. There we go. And you're setting up to the bunker, your bunker shot. You want to kind of move your feet. Get your feet kind of set into the bunker, because that gives you two different things. It gets you a better stance, and that also foundation for the shot, and it also tells you kind of how soft the sand is. Because if you can't get in very far, very deep, you can't hit that much sand out. That's where you might pick it clean. But this, we're able to set our feet up, dig in, and he knows that he's got about, I don't know, about a 1/4 inch.
Also, one thing I do is however far my feet go in the sand, that's how much the club I grip up on it to make it to where it's the same level for me to hit the ball. So.
Really good shots right there. Now, since Monty's hitting it, another thing that happens when you're playing courses that have really soft sand, you could hit into the wind, maybe a pitching wedge goes wrong, it gets really spinny, catches the wind, comes straight down, lands in its own divot. It's called a fried egg in a bunker. This is not an easy shot to hit. This is not something that you want to have happen. So kind of, and that's going to get kind of really deep for Monty, but it's going to sit, and it looks kind of like a sunny side up fried egg. I like to do it with kind of the same concept of the rectangle and cross the line. I like to hood the club face just a little bit and still do the same shot. Hit behind the ball, and if that hooded club face, if you hit that sand behind the ball, the sand is going to open your club face and make it more loft on it. A lot of people think when it's a fried egg they have to open their club face more, and what that does is when you hit the sand, you bring the bottom of the club into play, and that's where you can hit some thin shots. So if you see a fried egg, these are not easy to hit, hood that club face, everything stays the same, and make sure you hit behind the ball. That was a great shot right there. Short game is no fun to practice. And we talked about this last week. I talked about it a lot in college. There we go. That you actually have to come out here and work on it. A lot of people, again, they love to go to the driving range. They want to hit a large bucket. Then they want to go to the regulation and play with their friends and stuff. And they go, well, around the greens, I'm not doing very good. I'm not hitting my driver very good either. I need to go to the driving range. We always taught at MCC, and I grew up doing this. If you're not hitting the driver good, you're not hitting on the green, work on your short game. A short game is a shortened version of a long shot, but also there's feel involved. You can't just go, all right, let's hit a 100% shot right here. Or let's do a 75% swing right here. Around the green, once you get inside about 60 yards, there's a lot of feel shots. And it's up to your own individual game of how far you take it back. And that is just going to require time and coming out here and just figuring it out a little bit yourself, a little trial and error, or get with Monty, myself, or Larry up here to get some lessons.
That was, excuse me, that was Jones. And Jonesy, talk to me a little bit about what we just covered. I mean, we covered a lot of stuff, but if there was one or two takeaways, what would those be?
I mean, realistically, that specific thing with the bunkers is getting in some bunkers and practicing in the bunkers. Practicing your setup, practicing, your swing, the line you want to take. Some people have a tendency to take it too far inside. And they also, how far you're going to take it back for certain distance of shots. You have a pin right on the edge of the green, or you have the pin middle or back. We also went on and talked about a little bit of if the pin's farther back, you have a longer shot. instead of trying to muscle a lob wedge, you might change your club to a 52 degree or 54 degree, hit the same shot with a lower lofted club to get the ball farther back to the hole.
A couple quick things about putting, because I like that concept, because I think a lot of amateurs really do struggle with the sand game. If the sand is firm and if you have an exit route, you're going to grab a putter, aren't you?
Yes, if the sand's firm and I'm not too far back in the bunker, and I can see a little ramp, a little thing I can always say jump a bike off of, I'm going to grab a putter if I can.
Soft sand, no putter.
Soft sand, you can't. If you sink down at all when you step in it, the putter is the worst choice. I wish it would work, but yes, soft sand, get that wedge out.
Good stuff, man. I appreciate your time as always. Tell me again what's going on out at the lake, and if I want a tee time, how can I get one?
We definitely want to get tee times called in. Call the pro shop, get tee times. Our weekends are filling up. The par 3 on the weekend is filling up a lot with walking only right now, because it's a beautiful day outside on the weekends and we have a lot of people. Thursday night scramble night, a foundation tournament for Crawford this Saturday, and the pool on the 4th is all coming down.
Great stuff. And I know the swimming pool is right around the corner, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been in it a couple times cleaning it. Me and John been cleaning it 2 weeks ago, and it feels good. This past week's felt pretty good to be in that pool.
Good stuff. Hey, Jones, we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Have a good one.
Jones Mitchell with us from Lake Waco Golf Club, one of our fine sponsors on the program. And we're also brought to you in part by Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store. Hey, listen, guys, if you need a gift and you don't know what to buy, then you need to go see Sally and her team at Morrison's Gifts. They're at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Shopping Center. That's right down from Jason's Deli. Stop by, see them today, and they'll take great care of you. They've been in business for over 47 years, so they know what they're doing. It's Morrison's Gifts, 4312 West Waco Drive. Coming up, we're going to visit with the voice of the Bears. John Morris joins us, and that's next. Since 1996, Double R Old-Fashioned Hamburgers at 18th and Herring has been serving Waco's best burger. There's nothing better than a delicious burger cooked just the way you like it, with garden fresh toppings on a buttered bun. Add tots, fries, curly fries, or onion rings for a perfect meal. So what are you waiting on? How about Double R Old-Fashioned Hamburgers today? Double R Old-Fashioned Hamburgers is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Double R Old-Fashioned Hamburgers. And don't forget to ask about Double R's catering. Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over. Family owned and operated, Jasper's Barbecue is serving up Texas-style barbecue meats and sandwiches and all the fixins. Enjoy mouth-watering brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and don't forget the potato salad and barbecue beans. Located in Waco on Elm Street, right off of I-35, open Tuesday through Saturday 10 until 2 or until the food runs out. Stop by today and enjoy the best barbecue around. Voted one of the best barbecue joints by Texas Monthly. That's Jasper's Barbecue in Waco. You won't leave hungry.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycats mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
And welcome back into the program, brought to you in part by Benchmark Construction. At Benchmark, they specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. And they've been doing it for over 30 years. See David and his team at benchmarkc3.com to learn more. That's benchmarkc3.com. Great members of the community, do a lot of stuff here in the community, kind of behind the scenes if you want to know the truth. But a great company, Benchmark Construction, benchmarkc3.com. Let's welcome into the program the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris. J-Mo, good morning. How are you?
Tommy, good morning to you. How you doing today?
I'm terrific. I appreciate your time. Before we dive in and talk some sports, talk a little bit about your program. We're all kind of a part of this Rogue 365 thing, and I know you do a show daily. Kind of walk us through what you're doing every day.
Yeah, thanks. I love Rogue, love working with them, and it's been really good so far. As you know, I did a radio show for 18 years, and the good opportunity to move over here to Rogue, and so it's primarily Baylor athletics. I mean, I'm not as smart as you. I don't know enough to talk about, to have really depth of knowledge to talk about everything. So I'm going to limit it to things that I kind of know about, and that would be Baylor athletics in the Big 12. So that's what it is. Every day we had James Francis on this morning. He'll be at a card show in Temple this weekend. Former Baylor linebacker. So stuff like that. And it's been really fun to do.
And you can draw on, you've had a little experience doing Baylor football and basketball and baseball, just a couple of years. So you can kind of draw on that core group, right?
Yeah. So James Francis, when we were talking, I did his games when he was here, and now he's played in the pros, and he's retired, and he's got 11 grandchildren. And, but I was doing the games when James was playing. So that's fun. It's nice to have that background and that perspective and a connection with a lot of these guys and girls who've come through Baylor.
Tell me about football. You haven't missed a game in how long?
I don't like to talk about it.
Knock on wood.
Right. Knock on wood for sure. So it goes back to the 1988. I started in 87. Right. But at that time, remember, it was the Southwest Conference radio network. So it's kind of a unique deal. I did the 3 non-conference games in 87. And then in conference play, it was one person from each school. So it was Frank Fallon from Baylor and, say, Jack Dale from Tech. And they worked together, and it went to both networks, which was very innovative at the time, still very innovative. And it was rocking along until A&M thought they could do better by having their own network. So they pulled out, and then the whole thing imploded. And so because of that, I started doing every game in 1988. So it is 454 straight games. So, but again, I don't like to talk about it. I mean, I could get sick and miss the season opener against Auburn coming up this year. So let's don't bring that up.
You mentioned Mr. Fallon. Was there a better teacher than Mr. Fallon to learn from?
Nobody better. He was so good. He was so good at what he did, and he was such a gentleman and a great representative of Baylor. And he was very, very, he was perfect as a mentor. And I know a lot of people who came through Baylor would say the same thing. And I actually, I graduated from Baylor before he came full time to work at Baylor. Remember, he was at KWTX Radio.
General manager.
Right. So when I was at KWTX TV, he was station manager at KWTX Radio, and we would cross paths in the hallways. And man, I bet looking back on it, I bet I was all over him like a pest just because I wanted to be around him and learn from him. And it just couldn't have worked out any better. I worked 8 years with him doing football, best learning experience ever, and then followed him in this job.
I've told you this before, and I'll tell you again publicly, there is not a better basketball broadcast than you and Pat. Unbelievable. Love. I'm glued to the radio when you guys are doing a basketball game. I don't know. The chemistry there is unbelievable.
Well, thank you for saying that. I would give credit to Pat for that because he and I have worked together. So I started another thing Frank gifted to me basically was he was doing Southwest Conference TV games every Saturday. And think about that. I mean, here's the Baylor guy. Everybody knows he's the Baylor guy, but he'll go into G. Raleigh White Coliseum or, any other arena, and he's representing the Southwest Conference, and he was accepted by all the coaches. So that says a lot about Frank also. But when he had a conflict on a Saturday from a TV game and couldn't get to the Baylor game, he asked me to fill in for him, and that started in December of 1984. So really, not full time, but Pat and I have worked together doing games since then, since 1984,
Wow.
and then full time every game for the most part since 1995. And Pat is just so good. He's so smart, and he's a Baylor guy, and he's a basketball guy, and it is fun to work with him. I mean, Pat and I have done so many games, it's like I could start a sentence, he could finish it, and vice versa. So he's just a great color analyst to work with.
Visiting with John Morris, the voice of the Baylor Bears. J-Mo, let's talk about football here. Spring football has started, and a lot of times we go, okay, spring football has started, but this feels like a different spring to me. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but I think this is an intriguing spring with what's going on, and I think it's an incredibly important spring.
I said almost exactly the same thing the other day. A lot of times spring football sort of comes and goes, and I'm busy doing other things, and I don't pay much attention until it gets to the end in the spring game or something. But this year, I feel the same way. I feel like there's a lot of questions, a lot of interest, a lot of things that I want to see out there on the practice field. I wasn't able to go out there on Tuesday, their first practice, because, as you know, we had baseball Tuesday night. But I'll go out there a little bit this afternoon and get to watch. And DJ Lagway, we did a sit-down podcast with him. That's up and available. Really impressive young man. But just changes on the roster, changes on the staff, and it's just going to be fun. This is where it all starts to come together with the practices here in the spring.
Two things. Let's start with DJ Lagway. What was your initial impressions, and do you think this offense changes dramatically because of his ability to run the football?
I think it adds that element for sure, and I think Jake Spavital is such a good offensive coordinator that he'll take advantage of whatever DJ can do in his skill set, and it's a pretty long list of skill sets for him. He's got a great arm. He's got a really strong arm. He can run like the wind. He's big, Tom. I don't know, just standing up next to him, I don't know what we list him as, but he's probably 6'4", 6'5", and he's big. It makes me wonder how he got hurt, like he did at Florida. So he's got to stay healthy. But I sure would like to have him to build around with the offense, which is what Baylor has.
Talk about the staff. You mentioned changes, particularly on the defensive side of the football, correct?
Yes, very much so. Joe Klanderman is the new defensive coordinator, and that's a good move, a really interesting move that Dave would let go of the defensive play calling duties, which he's had the last 2 years. I don't know how he did it for 2 years. You're a head coach, and that's a full-time job. And then a defensive play caller, that's a full-time job also. But Joe Klanderman was available with the coaching change at Kansas State, and I love that guy already. I mean, I think that is a great hire. And then you marry that with the fact that he'll be calling the plays. Dave can focus on kind of the CEO role of being the head coach. And oversee offense and defense. He said Tuesday after practice that he was able to sit in meetings, different position meetings groups, which he couldn't do before. So I think that is really, really good. Couple of new assistant coaches on the defensive side that wanted to be here. And I think that says a lot. They want to be here with Coach Klanderman, be here with Coach Aranda. So I think there's a lot of positives in this spring for Baylor football.
A lot of moving parts in the J-Mo life. So you got every sport under the sun, football, radio, and television. I know you're doing, what, A&T on Saturday?
That's right. And what do I know about A&T, right? That's the question. Number one, I know you got to have a good color analyst. So I'll have that on Saturday. And I love that program. It's fun to be around them. Obviously, the best.
It's an elite program, isn't it?
Very much elitist of the elite is what I would say. Felicia Mulkey is just the GOAT in that sport, acrobatics and tumbling. And it's just fun to be around her and her staff and that team. And they play Duquesne on Saturday at 5. Admission is free. If you don't know what acrobatics and tumbling is like, come, and they run a sort of a primer video on the video board prior to each event. So it sort of lets you know what they're trying to do and what the judges are looking for. So it's really fun. I think if you come once, you'd be hooked on acrobatics and tumbling.
All right. Once again, tell us a little bit about your show and when we can find it and where we can find it.
So 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time every day. And I think on the platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, and then archived there as well. That's the thing. Don't you think more people maybe find it later in the day than watch it live?
Yeah, there's no question, and that's the beauty of it. When we were both on radio, John, you had to, it was appointment listening. You had to come in to the broadcast. But now I look back at it, at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and I go, wow, look at those numbers. Yeah. I mean, people are, they're perusing their phones or what have you at night.
That's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's nice that it's archived and available there. So appreciate everybody and the nice comments so far. And it's fun to do. It's really fun.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate your time. And thanks so much for being on the program.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. You know that. And you and Derek keep it going down in Houston this weekend.
We'll do it. Yeah, Friday night at 6. Here we go. Hey, I appreciate it, John. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Talk to you soon. That's John Morris. He is the voice of the Baylor Bears. Has been for a long time. Does a great job. Hey, we're brought to you today by Jasper's Barbecue. They're at they're off of Elm and Clifton, and you can check them out and get some great food. Man, I'm telling you, great food. I had lunch there this week, so good stuff. Jasper's Barbecue. Thanks to Lance Payne and his team over there for being a part of the program. We'll take a break. When we come back, Lark's going to talk about MLB and NCAA. We do it next.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Is your roof ready for the next Texas storm? Don't wait for a small leak to become a big problem. Call JK Roofing of Waco. Whether you need roof repair, a full replacement, or a professional inspection, JK Roofing has quality workmanship and dependable service you can count on. Locally owned and committed to protecting Central Texas homes and businesses. Call JK Roofing today for your free estimate and get the job done right the first time. Call JK Roofing 254-744-2211. JK Roofing of Waco. Strong roofs, honest work, and peace of mind.
Lark, I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about except for Major League Baseball and the Sweet 16. This is a glorious day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Baseball started last night. Major League Baseball started last night with the Yankees beating San Francisco 7-0. But then you've got the Astros opening at home at 3:10 this afternoon against the Angels. The Rangers are on the road. They open at Philadelphia at 3:15 this afternoon. So you know where I will be at about 3:15 in front of my television. All right. There was some junior college baseball yesterday. McLennan took a doubleheader from Northeast Texas, 10-4 and 5-3. Those two teams will play at Bosque River Ballpark on Saturday with a 1 o'clock first pitch. You also had Temple losing a doubleheader to Cisco, 3-2 and 2-1, a couple of very close games there. And then Hill College went out to Weatherford and dropped a couple of decisions, 10-7 and 12-2. All right, you're talking about basketball, Sweet 16 basketball. You've got the West Region at 6:10 tonight on CBS. The Texas Longhorns going up against the 2 seed in Purdue. Then also at 8:45, following that game on CBS, you got a number 1 seed in Arizona taking on a 4 seed in Arkansas. Also in the southern region tonight, you have number 4 Nebraska going up against number 9 Iowa. That's going to be on either TBS or True TV at 6:30. Then also down in Houston, the 9:05 game on TBS or True TV is the number 2 Houston Cougars taking on number 3 Illinois. That should be
not just nutty that you're going to make the West Coast play technically at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
and then the Central Time Zone play at 9:00. Does anybody own a clock? I mean, really?
Apparently not at TV networks, unless when it comes to that little box that they're trying to fit broadcast into, that 2 to 3 hour box that they try to fit everybody into.
Well, the other night they had, what was it, Tech tipping off at 10:00 at night? Tipping off at 10:00 at night.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I understand ratings and all that stuff, but never mind.
You've heard me say 400 times that TV has interjected itself far too much into sports. It originally started where, hey, you got a sporting event, can we put it on TV? Now it's we need to have some programming, and we're going to use your sporting event as programming. You're going to do this, and you're going to do that, and you're going to do this, and we're all going to make money.
And that's what it is. We're going to write you a big check to play at 10:00 at night and to stay up late. All right, what do you got? What else you got?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
You got Sweet 16 women's basketball tomorrow in Fort Worth. Those 4 teams are the number 1 seed UConn. They're taking on the 4 seed North Carolina, and the 2 seed Vanderbilt taking on the 6 seed Notre Dame. All that going up in Fort Worth, but that's tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. All right, we're going to get a break here. And then when we come back, we are going to look ahead to tomorrow's program. We do that next. Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
All right, welcome back into the program on a Thursday. Coming up tomorrow, this is going to be a good day. We're gonna get an update on Waco ISD athletics with the new athletic director, Coach Lanny Williams. Will do that. Plus, it's day 2 of the Major League Baseball season tomorrow, and we're going to talk with former Baylor Bear, former Texas Ranger closer, Sean Tollison. Lark, there have been a lot of quality closers in the Rangers' history, but he had one of the most remarkable runs as a closer. And really, and he's a terrific guy, too.
Yeah, it just didn't seem to be long enough, did it?
No, it didn't. And I think that may be one of the toughest gigs in all of sport is closer of a Major League Baseball team. I mean, every night, the whole thing rides on you. I mean, it really is. I would think it's as much mental as it is physical when it comes to closing baseball games.
Yeah, and I think the only Hall of Famer closer is Mariano Rivera, and that's a guy that did it for a long time and very well for a long time.
Did it well. Yep, you're right. All right, so that's the program for tomorrow, and we look forward to it. Thanks to everyone who's been a part of this one. Thomas Wensil from Waco Bodymen on the program. Jones Mitchell talking golf with us as he continues to give us golf lessons on the show. And then, of course, the voice of the Bears, John Morris, for being a part of the program. We are presented by Toe King. Thanks to Gary Hoppin and his team for being on the program as well. So for Lark, I'm Tom. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.